Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Five Downs with Fannon. I am your host, Spencer Fannon, as always. Rebound week last week. We had a rebound week. 2 weeks ago, we went 0-5 for the first time ever. We didn't get a single pick right. This week, we went 3-2. We did pretty well. Um, so looking at it, I think if I did the math right, I'm 14-16 in the 6 weeks that I've been doing picks. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, to be honest, because going against spread, that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean that's pretty good. All right. I mean, but anyway, welcome back. And if your first time watching, thank you for joining us. Quick breakdown of what's going on with the show. It's Five Downs with Fannin. There'll be 5 games that we talk about this week. And stuff, give you a quick betting breakdown and everything like that. My picks for them, stuff like that. Now you might wonder, why is it 5 downs when in football there's only 4? Well, history lesson time. As a Missouri alum, there was a game in 1990 between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Missouri Tigers, in which the Colorado Buffaloes got an extra down, got a 5th down at the end of the game to score a touchdown that helped them win the game. The referees lost track of the downs, stuff like that. Now, Colorado ended up splitting the national title that year with Georgia Tech, so it's kind of in Missouri history of the 5th down, stuff like that, with the all the crazy stuff that has happened at Memorial Stadium and Faurot Field over the years for Missouri. But yeah, I mean, that's the history lesson. So we might as well get right into it. A little bit different this week in the sense of, usually there's 3 college football games, 2 NFL games. This week we're actually going heavy on the NFL because this is a really good week for NFL games. There's some good NCAA football games as well, but I'm going to shift over to the NFL for this week. So let's get right down to it. We'll get right down into first down in our only college football game of the week. All right, first down time, and we got to go to the big college football game, probably the biggest one possibly one of the biggest ones of the season thus far. You got number 10 Texas traveling to Athens to play number 5 Georgia. Between the hedges, both teams. This looked like preseason, like as the SEC championship preview, and there's still a possibility of it. I mean, but there are 2 undefeated teams that look like they're going to make the SEC title game in Atlanta, so it's probably not. But you've got 2 really good teams. Both are coming off of solid wins, though Georgia's win against Mississippi State was probably a little more solid, only because of the final score. Georgia won 41-21 in Starkville. Texas obviously had a better opponent. They beat number 9 Vanderbilt and stuff, but they had a big lead going into the fourth quarter, and then Vanderbilt scored, I believe, 20 points. Yeah, they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter to make it a 3-point game. And the only reason they didn't have a chance to really tie it or win it at the end is because Texas was able to recover the onside kick with like just under 2 minutes left. So it got a little dicey there, but Texas played very, very well. They got their explosive plays going. The first play of the game was a screen pass to Wingo, took it to the house for 75 yards. So it looks like the offense for Texas is starting to round into form, which is a very good thing for Texas. As a quick betting breakdown of this game, as of the time of this recording, it is a 6.5-point spread. Georgia is favored by 6.5, and the over/under is set at 49.5. So pretty big spread. I mean, usually now college football, you get a big boost for home field advantage. Usually it's about 2 to 3 points at least. So on a neutral site, this is probably still Georgia -3, maybe 4 points. And stuff. And Georgia has shown this year they're able to close out games. I mean, they've had a ton of close games, win late. Obviously, beating Tennessee in overtime. Yeah, they lost to Alabama at home, but then I mean, Ole Miss winning late, Florida winning late, and stuff. So they've shown that they have that dog in them. Everybody, it kind of fits with the Bulldogs and UGA and stuff, I guess, for that one. So forgive me for cringing on that. But and Texas's defense, while very, very good, I don't know if it's played an offense like Georgia that had like this ability to put points up. I mean, I guess Vanderbilt, yes, but I think they handled Vanderbilt for the majority of the game. It's just it wasn't until the game was kind of out of reach that they let up and then allowed Vanderbilt to get back in. I mean, before that, yeah, they gave up 38 to Mississippi State 2 weeks ago. That's probably the most amount of points they've given up this season and stuff. So it's interesting. I think just Georgia has that moxie. I mean, Gunnar Stockton at the helm. They have found ways to win, and I think this is a playoff eliminator for Texas. If they lose this game, they're done. They're out of the playoff picture. If Georgia loses, they're not as much, but because Georgia still has Georgia Tech at the end of the year. Texas also does play Texas A&M at the end of the year, so both teams have a top 25 opponent as of right now, depending on the rankings, still to go. So I mean, I suppose if Texas were to lose this game and then beat Texas A&M, maybe they could sneak in depending on how the bracket flows, but they probably need to win all three of their final games to get in. I don't know if you're going to see a three-loss team this year get into the playoff and such. But anyway, here are my picks. I'm going to take Texas plus 6.5. I think they're going to be able to keep it close enough. I think I'm scared of the backdoor cover at the end by Georgia to cover the number and stuff. But I think Texas's defense is playing well enough. I think their offense has shown up these last couple games. And Georgia's defense is okay. It's not great. So I think that there is the chance of like points being scored, and the more points that are being scored, I think the better chance that the underdog has of keeping it close enough. So I'm going to in this big game, I'm taking Texas plus 6.5. So there you go. That's first down. Now, again, I said it in the intro, we're only having one college football game, so we're going to the NFL for second down. All right, second down, NFL time, and this is a really good week for NFL games. And we got one right off the bat at 12 o'clock on Sunday. It's going to be really, really fun to watch. You got Tampa Bay Bucks going to Buffalo to face the Bills. I mean, this is teams that are kind of, I would say, very actually mirroring each other. They've got great quarterback play, and they've been just decimated by injuries. It's crazy. I mean, the Bills injury on the defensive side with some offensive injuries and such, but the Bucks have been just decimated by offensive injuries. I mean, Mike Evans is out for most of this year. They didn't have a lot of their offensive. They've been rotating offensive linemen in and out. Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin are still doubtful for this game, so it's like that's crazy. I mean, and yet they still find ways to win because they got Baker Mayfield. I mean, it looks like, I mean, they've what is it? Bucks have lost, or Bills have lost. Yeah, Ed Oliver to injured reserve, their defensive tackle, edge rusher Michael Hokek. I hope I pronounced that right. He's out for the year. Dorian Strong, cornerback, out for the year. Landon Jackson out for the on injured reserve. Their defensive line has just been decimated. So it's like the Bucks might be able to run the ball this week if Bucky Irving and Rashid White are able to go. Rashid looks like he's able to, but Bucky is still doubtful according to the injury report, most recent one. Quick betting breakdown for this. It's a kind of a big spread. It's 6.5 now. The Bills are favored by 6.5. Over under is set at 47.5. I mean, it's kind of I guess I'll give you my pick real quick. I'm going over the total. I'm going over 47.5. If you can get this number under 48, I jump on it and take the over, because I think both teams are going to be able to score. Both teams are going to be able to move the ball. I think Bill's defense has been rough all year and such. I mean, I think they're giving up something like, bring this up. Where's the team stats? They're giving up 22 points a game and stuff, but giving up, they did, like, especially coming off of last week's game when they got decimated by the Dolphins. Now they might be motivated to do, but it's like, do they have the bodies to do it? And also the Bucks coming off of a somewhat disappointing loss to the New England Patriots last week in Tampa. They're going to want to go out and prove it. I just think that I think the points are just going to be scored in this game. I think both offenses are going to want to come out, prove themselves, and put up. So I really like the number of going over the total of 47.5. So yeah, I mean, I can't wait to watch it. It's a 12 o'clock game on Sunday afternoon, Central Standard Time. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's probably going to be one that I have on the second TV and stuff because I watch the Bears, and then I'll have this game on CBS and stuff as my second watch. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. Fireworks, I think, are going to be explosive in this game. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's second down. Let's stay in the NFL. Let's go on up to third down. All right, third down time. We're going out west to the NFC West, and probably one of the most important matchups of the NFL slate this week. You got the Seattle Seahawks 7-2 facing off against the Los Angeles Rams, who are also 7-2. Both teams tied for first place, obviously, in the division. I mean, NFC West is probably, at least at the top, is probably the best division in football. And stuff with these two teams. I mean, Seattle's just been dominant all year. The Rams just been really steady Eddie all season and such. Quick betting breakdown of it as of right now. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite with the total set at 48.5. It's interesting because that number scares me a little bit because it's over 3, and the Seahawks are just so good on the road. I think they've won like 12 straight road games under Mike McDonald, their head coach. They're 4-0 this year for sure. See if I can actually pull up. Pull up their schedule. Let's see, from last year. They're 4-0 this year. They went, that's preseason. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no. Okay, so they've won 10 straight road games. Let me make sure. Yeah, their last road loss was at Detroit, looks like last year. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So they've won 10 straight road games and stuff over the last 2 seasons. I mean, that's just crazy. And to be honest, there's not much of you're not going to get a ton of home field advantage for the Rams at SoFi. The Seahawks has just been dominant on both sides of the ball. Their defense is fast, ferocious, take the ball away. But I don't know if they faced an offense. It's the first time they're facing the Rams this season. Looking at their schedule, they really haven't faced an offense. I mean, I guess the Bucks back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe week 5. Let me double check that. Yes, week 5. So back in the start of October, about a month ago, they lost to the Bucks in a shootout and stuff. So that's probably the closest team they'll face to these Rams in the offensive weaponry. Because that was before, I believe it was before Mike Evans got hurt and Bucky Irving and all that. So they've dominated recently. They've won their last 4 games. They've given up a combined 36 plus 31, so 63 points, so roughly 15 points a game. But the Rams have won their last 4 games, and they've won in varied ways. They dominated the Ravens. They blew out the Jags, obviously blew out the Saints, and then pretty much dominated the 49ers last week. They've scored 30-plus points in 3 straight games. So I'm looking at this, and it's like, I think obviously it comes down to the quarterback. I mean, Matthew Stafford is playing at an MVP level. Sam Darnold's right there as well. It's not like they're not playing. Sam Darnold's not playing poorly. I mean, he's got 70% completion percentage, 2,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. But it's like, you look at the stats for Matthew Stafford, and he's on a massive heater. He's had, I think, 3 straight games of 4 more touchdowns and no picks. He's 67% completion percentage, but 2,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, just 2 picks. So it's like he does not give the ball away, and he's got weapons galore to throw to. So, I mean, looking at this, I'm taking the Rams at minus 3.5 as the favorite. It's going to be a tight game. That's probably going to be a sweaty one and stuff. But games at 3 o'clock. It's one of the late window or afternoon windows, so I'll be watching it after the Bears game and stuff. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think I trust Matthew Stafford more than I trust Sam Darnold. So I'm going with that. I'm going with the Rams -3.5. So that's third down. Let's head to fourth down. All right, fourth down here, and we're moving slightly east. Not all the way to the East Coast, but we're moving from the true West Coast to the mountains, and we're going to the AFC West, where the Chiefs at 5-4 face off against the AFC West leading Denver Broncos, who are 8-2. Quick betting breakdown: Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites as of right now. Over under is set at 44.5. Have that written down as well. And the Broncos are one of the surprises in the NFL this year. I mean, arguably their two losses have been on like walk-off field goals or missed field goals at the buzzer. So it's like they could be arguably 10-0 if things had gone their way. Now again, they also had a crazy comeback against the Giants, so it's like that's kind of the mix up there. And then they beat the Jets by 2 over in Europe. So it's like you kind of got away with those two games. So it's like they're probably 8-2. It's probably a good one. Now their offense has struggled the last couple weeks, ever since playing the Cowboys when they put up 44, but they've only scored 28 points the last 2 weeks, and that was to the Texans, who have a very good defense. But then they only scored 10 points to the Raiders. Now that was on a short week, but still. So the Broncos have the rest advantage. They obviously played last Thursday night against the Raiders. But the Bills the Chiefs are playing on a second road trip game. They lost to the Bills last week in Buffalo, and they go to Mile High. But this just feels like one of those games where it's like it feels like Mahomes and stuff is just going to do enough. They're going to do enough and just to be able to win the game. So I mean, it's not an easy pick, and such. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs -3.5. I just think the Mahomes and stuff is going to be making enough play that both defenses are very solid, very good, and such. Was Surtain on the injury report? No. He's questionable, but it looks like he was questionable earlier in the week. Looks like he's off now. So I mean, questionable early is just a rest day probably. So I mean, but I think the Chiefs offense is starting to round into form. I think they're going to want to prove that they're still one of the classes of the AFC after losing to the Bills last week in Buffalo. I trust Mahomes and Andy Reid more than I trust Bo Nix and Sean Payton. I think this is a game where the Broncos, it's tight, but I think that the Chiefs make the plays down the stretch to get over that number and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a fun game. It's the afternoon. It's the big CBS afternoon game, and I think it's probably Nance and Romo just because they love the Chiefs and such. I'm taking the Chiefs -3.5. I mean, if you want to wait a little closer, maybe if some money comes in on Denver to knock that number down under 3, definitely jump on it. But I think you want to take the Chiefs just because of the quarterback factor, not the revenge factor. This is the first time that these two teams have played this year, but I think that the Chiefs are going to be more motivated to win this game because they're coming off the Bills' loss. They want to prove themselves back at the top of the AFC. So, going Chiefs -3.5 for my fourth down pick. So, time to head to fifth down and our final NFL game of the week. All right, fifth down, and we're heading to Sunday night, and we're heading to the East Coast. We've got the Detroit Lions facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night. I mean, this might be a preview of the NFC title game. To be honest, I mean, you got two of the better teams in the NFC. Obviously, they got a couple out west with the Rams and the Seahawks that we discussed earlier. But I think these are probably two of the 4 best teams in the NFC. Quick betting breakdown: Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 46.5. I'm really excited for this game because I think these are two really, really good teams. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch, and because of that, I think actually I'll give you my pick really quickly. I'm taking the over 46.5. I think points are going to be able to score in this one. Obviously, the Eagles' offense was fantastic on Monday night against the Packers. But the Steelers, the Lions offense is different beast entirely, especially with Dan Campbell calling plays. I mean, they scored 44 points against the Commanders. Commanders' defense has been rough this year. They've scored. Let's see. They've scored 30 plus points 5 times this season and stuff. So it's they're able to put up points, and all of them have been 34 points or more. So it's actually 34 points or higher 5 times this year. Eagles offense has struggled, and so it's just been like, I guess the best way is janky, seemingly uncoordinated. They have really good games. I mean, they put up 38 against the Giants 2 weeks ago, but then only put up 10 against the Packers. They put up 28 against the Vikings, but the week before they only put up 17 against the Giants. So it's like you just don't know what offense you're going to get for the Eagles. But I do think that they're getting healthier. They're getting a little more in sync with other. They know that the season kind of starts now and stuff for the second half of the year. And I think that they're going to be motivated to put up points against a Detroit Lions defense that can fly around, but will give up points. I mean, they've given up 30 plus points. Well, okay, they've given up twice. They've given up, I guess if we knock it down to 27, they've given up 27 points 1, 2, 3, 4 times this season. And then you also had a time they gave up 24 to the Bengals, 22 to the Commanders, and 21 to the Bears. So it's like they've given up 20 plus points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of their 9 games. So I think points will be scored in this. That's why I'm taking the over at 46.5. I would definitely jump on it before it gets to that 47, 48 if it goes up. I mean, the line opened. It's actually come down. It opened at 47.5. So this is actually a pretty good time to jump on it. And so, but I do think that this is going to be a lot of fun game, a really fun game to watch, and such. It's probably an NFC title preview, in my opinion. Two of the 4 best NFC teams going at it, and I can't wait to watch it. Obviously, Sunday Night Football will be on the island and all that. So, but yeah, there you go. I'm going over 46.5 in this game. So that's 5th down. All right, since you pulled my leg, I'm going to give you a couple quick extra picks. We had two because I only did one college football game and stuff, at least in the downs portion of the event of this show. I decided I'll grab a couple extras because there are some really big matchups in college football that we didn't get to. We got Notre Dame playing Pitt in a ranked matchup. Notre Dame is 12.5-point favorites. I'm taking Notre Dame. I think that they want to prove that they can win this game because they've got 2 cupcakes after this. I believe they play Stanford and who's the other team? Should have actually brought this up before I started talking about it. Oh, wait. There we go. I thought it was immediately going to take me to that game. They play Syracuse and Stanford. So this is their last real test. This is their last real test and their last real chance to prove it to the committee. I mean, they've won obviously 7 straight games after losing their first 2 to Miami and Texas A&M. But this is their last chance to face a ranked opponent and to really put their mark on the college football playoff. So I am taking Notre Dame. It's a big spread, but I'm taking them. I think they're going to be able to run it up because they want to. And so, and then the other big college football game that we didn't get to in the earlier matchup is Oklahoma facing off against Alabama. I mean, this is top 15 matchup in the SEC. Right now, Alabama is a 5.5-point favorite. Over under is at 46.5. I'm taking Alabama minus 5.5 in this game. I think that they want to prove it. I don't trust the Oklahoma offense, even though Alabama's defense has not been great this year. I don't trust their offense, and I think Alabama is going to be able to move the ball enough to put up some points and to cover this number. And I think that they want to prove it because they want to stay in that. They're undefeated in SEC play, so it's like they've got the inside track to go to Atlanta for the SEC title game. And if they lose this game, it opens the door to Georgia. It opens opens the door for a bunch of other teams, Ole Miss and stuff. So they need to keep winning, and I think that they will. Ty Simpson, I think he might be the Heisman candidate, especially if they win out and such. So going Alabama here minus 5.5. So there you go. That's 5 downs with 2 extra picks. We'll see how we go. We went 3-2 last week. Let's see if we can get over 500 this week and such. It's going to be a really good, fun week of college football and NFL. I think this is probably the best NFL weekend we've got so far this year. Can't wait to watch it. But yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel. Really help me out. Please let me know if there are any games next week or in the future, weeks down the line, that you want me to talk about. Obviously, I'm making these picks as I go along and stuff. But yeah, let me know what picks you want me, what games you want me to talk about, or any topics you do. But thank you again so much for watching. And until next time, enjoy the football and have a great weekend.